I almost forgot to film this. I'm going, and well on my way, as you can see, to pull the spark plug wires out. They're all stuffed in the spark plug storage container over there. And I'm going to pull the plugs out one by one and just take a look and see what I'm dealing with in terms of seeing evidence of coolant. And I guarantee you there's coolant for sure. Sitting in one of those cylinders, and the spark plugs should be nice and white and clean after I pull them. So once I get that figured out, I'll bring you back and I'll just give you a little update. I ordered a set of new lifters. They're only $100, and the head gasket set, which includes all of the gaskets, and the a new water pump, because it was a little squeaky and it's old. I mean, you can tell it could be perfectly fine. I just have no idea. And all this has got to come off anyway. So I need to just get after it eventually. And I may look into getting a different intake. Maybe one for an 87 plus. This is technically through 86, and remember those holes in the center ones are kind of hogged out a little bit. So I think that I don't think I've got a head gasket sealing problem. I really don't. Or not a head gasket, but a intake manifold gasket sealing problem, but you never know. So anyway, that's what's on the agenda for tonight. I did a small repair on the truck. I had a boost coupler come off, and it didn't look like it was going to last very long, so I installed a new one. And then the other thing I did is my door handle. I lifted up on it, bam, broke right off, and I'm now trapped inside my truck if I didn't have windows that worked. So if I'm going to go off-roading this weekend, and I'm going to be in and out of the truck a lot, I wanted to put a new handle on, so for $10 I did. I cleaned it up, hit it with brake clean, and then lubed it up with some Molly grease, hoping that does the job. Seems to work now. Those handles break all the time, otherwise they wouldn't be in the doorman help section of every store on the planet. So is what it is. China. Okay, so I got them out. This is 1, 3, 5, and 7. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Wait. This is the front of the engine. So I can't remember. Pretty sure it's 7. Well, whatever it is. Driver's side back cylinder is the one that's filled with water. I'm sure you can see it's wet. And there we go. Everything else is dry. So I got a head gasket, I think in number 7, that is bad. Otherwise they look like they've been running a little rich, but that's not surprising rather. So that's what we're looking at. So definitely this cylinder, which is this one in the back, you can actually see the water leaking out of it. It's great. It's great. Anywho, I'm committed now to tearing it down, so I'm going to. But we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to do that later. Well, we find ourselves with an afternoon. Couple hours. Let's see how much I can get done on this Corvette. As you know, I'm going to be doing head gaskets on it, so that means I got to tear it down. So ideally, I'd like to get everything off except the heads today. And if I have extra time, I'll see if I can blast off number 7, which is the driver's side bank, and see if there's a smoking gun. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put you on my head, and we're just going to walk around while I'm doing this, and I'll just talk the whole time. This could be a very long video, or I could do it in pieces. I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, but got the battery on boil, the camera battery, and we'll just go from there. Alright, time to get crackalating on this. I got a bunch of things to do. I suppose undo all the work I did. I gotta find a place for this stuff. I guess we'll just put stuff down for now. I know that carburator is gonna have to come off. Intake, a bunch of the accessories that bolt to the cylinder head, and I think it's a 13 for the carb. Let me get a small extension. And look at this tool drawer. It's the last time it'll ever look that good, and I'm not even fully moved in yet, but that's okay. We'll get to it eventually. I need to disconnect that, and that's a 10. Yeah, this is destruction mode. This is the easy part. I think I mentioned that I've got a set of lifters coming. They may have been delivered already. I'm not 100% sure. But there we go, that's loose-ish. Smells like fuel. Let's put this back together. I'm not in love with this bracket, and it isn't that I modified it. I just don't love it. But I think I can make something while using this still, so that may be the direction I go. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Good thing I brought a Manuel wrench. Such a bummer to have to undo all the work I did. But you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you just got to get in it and get after it and find out. That's what I get for buying a $500 parts car, I guess. I don't think it's going to be too bad. And in fact, I think if I can get in there, in here, and remove that bolt that's on the air compressor, or the AC compressor, I should be able to. It's definitely not a 13, it's probably a ½ inch. But, oh no. Hey Turbo. Yeah, our half cat. What are you doing? You just sniffing the wind? What's it tell you? I mean, there's other things I can do on the Corvette. It's just, this is the part that I enjoy the most, is the mechanicking part. I should probably disconnect the battery, huh? Well, I only need to do that when I'm dealing with electrical. I was doing a bunch of reading, and I definitely figured out that a lot of folks have had problems with number 7 cylinders on small block Chevys. I'm just not that wise. Oh, I don't know who's calling. You guys, call them. Tell them to stop bothering me. They're not going to do that. So one of the habits I have, just helps me out, is that when I take stuff out, I put stuff back on with the part removed. So that's out. We'll just leave that over there for now. Got to get a flathead to remove the fuel. Good old Stanley here. That'll do the job. That's the fuel line. I'm going to shove this down so it kind of stays. The completely incorrect vacuum hose. When I go to actually drive this thing, I'll put proper stuff on. Carby is off. Find a home for this. Where am I going to put it? Carburetor. How about up here? That'll work. Let's see. Sorry, responding to a text message. All right. So this is what I referred to when I'm putting stuff back on. I'll replace that stud. It's definitely not in great shape. Good news is most of the coolant's in the exhaust. So I won't have to worry about that. That's a good one. Yeah, I'll swap those studs out for the other one at some point. Let's see. Gotta take the lightning whirler off. I gotta get these out. That's most of them. Can I get the back one? With difficulty. There we go. Almost. There we go. Dizzy's off. That's connected. We'll disconnect this. And I'm probably going to put the GM coil that I've got in here. Interesting, I had that on too far, as if there was such a thing. Easy cap. I think that's a 7/16 bolt, which is what I put on there. And I'll grab the tool for this. And then remove that. This is already Wi-Fi. Yeah, look at all that coolant flowing out. What are you doing? You just gonna bump my car? I guess. Go for it. So, it's probably the wrong tool for the job, but it's the one I'm going to use for that. And then I need a 7/16, which is over here, to loose the distributor up. Too big. Too big to fail. I'll see if I can snake this distributor out without taking the rotor off. Prefer not to. Come on, baby. Put those there. So this is ready to come out now. Yep. Oh, look at that milkshake. Lovely. Definitely a head gasket. So we'll look at that foam. Ugh. Ugly. Ugly. I should run some diesel through this thing. I don't know. Go. I can put the distributor back. Oh, this ignition control module, that's a known failing point on the Chinese distributors. What I do with the screwdriver, set it down. I'm notorious for that. I don't know who that is. The spam calls are real. They're real. There we go. We only really need 2 of these, so that's all I'm going to do. There we go. Dizzy intact. Let's see, this was too big. I've got the right sockets somewhere. But clearly, my give a damn's broken. Excuse me, brother. These aren't very highly torqued, so it's not going to hurt my Torx bit. I was happy that didn't leak. This is one of those necks that's got an O-ring on it, and I was pretty impressed with that. I didn't even think about leaking. You'll notice how busy my street is. It's pretty cray-cray. That's okay. It means not a lot of opportunity for crime for some folks. I guess it's a two-edged sword, like all things. I definitely confirmed that my issue had nothing to do with the way I installed the intake manifold, so I'm happy with that. At least I don't think so. We shall see. Thermostat, still some water in there. And I could have sworn I bought a new thermostat. As you can see, it says 180F 82C. But I can't find it. This is a problem I've got. I do a lot of this. So let's see. Let's put this back right there. Particularly want to drop the bolt in the intake. That should be good. Do I drop the lower radiator hose? I don't even know where it is. Nah, screw it. Let's see. I gotta take this out. Pipe doped that so expertly, and I got nothing to show for it. Is this the drawer? It's not the drawer. Is this the drawer? It's the drawer. I should probably label stuff. go. Someone should tell me. I'm sure there's a right direction to use these. I don't know what it is. There we go. Coolant temp sensor out. You know what? Let me disconnect that real quick. Which I know is an 8 mil. Here I am putting tools back. Wrong one. Right one. Not an 8. Well, that's because that's a 6, dummy. Helpful if you grab the right one. Yeah, I had these swapped. Yeah, that ground one is just trashed. So we'll just leave that hooked up, and then we'll stuff this right there. There we go. Okay. So intake is ready to be loosed, so I need to take these off. And I'm pretty sure those are 14s. I'm gonna tilt you down just a little bit so you can get a bird's eye view. Yeah, so that's 13. It's either 14 or 15. Let's see. Boy, I must have been really tired when I did this. There we go. Huh. Oh, there's my 14. Yeah, 14. We'll get power tools on this. These inside ones are stupid. When you saw me pop this intake back on. Well, that was a little loose. Not terrible. Yeah, it's hard to get a 14 in there. But you know what I might be able to do? 14 with this weebly wobbly. Maybe. We'll also bring one of these guys. That get in there? I mean, just. See, that one's tight. It's very tight. I hate redoing work. Like, it drives me nuts. I'm gonna get an actual 14. What is this? A 13. So here I am putting tools away again. But I'll always know where it's at. That's the silver lining. 13, there's a 14. Yeah, I know, blow my nose. Okay, 14. And then I was going to use this guy. I don't use this all the time, but when I do, I really like it. How did I get that so tight? With luck, I guess. I can put this back. I'll just put it right up here for now. Funny, so I had a neighbor come over, Brian, and when I had this thing running one night, and it was just profusely pouring white smoke out of the exhaust. I apparently had a neighbor give me a dirty look. Come on. Could be it's not a 14. Could be. There's one down. So what's close to a 14? Is it 9/16? Yeah, I think 9/16. So 9/16. Still not convinced I can get that in. There's 9/16. That'll work. Yeah, that'll do. That's loose. Let's go to the other side and get the other ones loose. Just show you the dipstick tube. Oh, there's a little milkshake, so maybe the head gasket finally said, yeah, it's a little milkshakey and over full. So it's definitely a head gasket, which, you know, you don't know until you actually get a parts car running that you've got those issues. You just don't have any idea. Loose. Loose. So everything's loose, and I'm hoping I can use the electro-digital machine to get the rest of them off. It's the inside ones that are... Oh yeah. You don't even have to get it on there fully. Don't even worry about that. And don't worry about that leaf. Those 4, 5. Those I probably won't put back in, just because they'll get in the way. Some might ask, oh, look at that. So one thing I may have done that I didn't know is maybe these intake bolts need thread sealant as well. I know that the cylinder head bolts definitely need them. I know that for a fact. Gotta remember this wobbly. That's a nice wobble. Okay. You see a little bit of fuzz on there? No, not too much. Okay, so pry bar, which I have no idea what drawer I put those in. There, that's the drawer. See what kind of message I got. Nothing. Nothing important. Oh, that was just barely sealed. Oh, we don't want to do that, although it's not the end of the world. I just want to take this out. Let's see, how did I seal it? Did okay. It's fine. Let's hose this off real quick. I got milkshake. You know, again, in a car that you don't know what you got. You kind of got to put it all together as if you plan on running it. There we go. Cleaned enough. Cleaned enough. Get my hair out of there. Turned off. So what's it been? 15, 20 minutes? It's not too bad. To get that intake off. So you see I got this bolt I got to remove. And this one. And then that'll be free. So number 7 was the one that was filling with fluid. Oh, look at this. Definitely mixing coolant. And that's just what happens. I don't think it was leaking through here. This all looks fine. Hate ruining a perfectly good set of gaskets, but that's the way she goes. The whole kit was all of $120, which isn't terrible. So the lifter I think I have a problem with is one of these over here that's clacking about. So we'll pull those eventually. I think it's time to take the valve covers. No, we'll work on these bolts. You know, there's one that's just a pain in the butt to get to. I read about that one. But bumped my head there. Lefty loosey, bro. Another one. So the water pump goes straight into the block, so I don't have to worry about that. I suppose I could be smart and use my electro-digital machine. Provided I can get it in there. Should fit. I should probably remove that belt. Rick Green. Hey, dude. Dude, brah. That's right. Dude, brah. Yeah, I took the day off. It wasn't really the intention, but I managed to. So you going to homo group tonight? What'd you get? Okay. So what snare drum did you pick up? Oh, well, that's your drug of choice, is snare drums. I get it. It's true. Well, on every 2 and 4. I agree. Maple? Huh. Wow, what did you snag it for? Nice. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Do you want me to bring the box, or do you want to just not play box today? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, Scotty doesn't know. Yeah. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Yeah, I'm just mishmashing all of it. That's what I do. Alright, see ya. Later. Note to Paul, edit all that out. You guys don't need to know about that. 10 mil. We'll go Manuel on this thing. You know what I should do is I should figure out if there's a way to route this with this thing deleted. It ain't doing nothing but being an idler pulley anyway. Stacy's mom's got it going on. You remember that song? Yeah, my buddy Rick's bringing over his new acquisition. Drummers be drumming. They're like snare drums or guitars to guitar players. Oh, why? What are you attached to? Still. Nothing is the answer. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Okay. So that's going into the head, so this one needs to come off. That one's already off. So let's yoink that. Yeah, look what I did to the water pump. So that's probably a good thing I'm replacing that. This was already pre-loosened, which is great. Another 9/16. Yep. Look at that stud. What a stud. What a stud. You know, I got gear wrenches. Why am I not using them? Because I'm stupid. That's a long 9/16. That won't help. This 14 is almost 9/16, right? Pretty close. Yep, note to self, 14 is just under 9/16. Like 95% of a 9/16. That's oot. Okay, so now yeah, that side I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to it. But this is a side we're super concerned with, although it's all going to come off anyway. So let's get this off. And let's put some tools away, Paul. I mean, you know, can't have all your tools laying out doing nothing. 9/16, 14, 10. We'll leave that here. And then what did I say I was going to go for? Oh, those Torx. Pretty sure it's this size. Oh, just a touch. Just a touch too big. Tell me I've torqued on that without telling me I've torqued on it. It's a little twisty. It's not that one, it's that one. So that means I need the baby. It's a baby. You know, you just don't know what you don't know. Right? Can't be blamed. I mean, as you can see, these are pretty dead simple vehicles, which is nice. I mean, any old chucklehead named Paul can do this. I should really blast these out with a gun. Just make life so much easier. In another video, well, I don't think it was in a video. I already had the valve covers off. I just was checking the valves or the lifters just to see if there was anything obvious, like a bent push rod or something like that. But I couldn't see anything. Everything looked lashed just fine. Maybe they were all a little loose. Which, if the thing gets hot, I imagine that would do that. No, because heat tightens up, because it makes stuff expand. But I don't know if it permanently does. No idea. Yeah, I'll have to get under the car in order to pull the head. There we go, that's loose. Oh, whipped cream. Yummy. Get down here. Ugly in there. Just nasty. We'll clean that up later. Since it's getting cleaned, who cares? Just put that over there for now. Hey, Lindsay. What do you know? 9/16 again. So we will. There's another 9/16. That's got to come off. Nope, bigger 9/16. Alternator bracket still tight, and that's a 10. Long day? Boy, that's just flippity floppity. Put that guy back in. We'll put that other nut back on. Did you see how much that moved? Holy mackerel. That's pretty important, I guess. Now, I'm going to have to eventually get that off, but I'll do that with intake manifolds. But let's get the right size socket on those, so we can pull the rockers, which, if it's not 9/16 times 2 is 18, which, well, that's 9/16. Whatever, I can do this. This is probably 5/8. Probably 5/8. What is that? 5/8. That's another 5/8. So just grabbed a fistful of hair. That was fun. Oh, battery's dying. Well, the Joe Pro quit on me. So we're filming one-handed. My battery dead. Yes. Sure is. We're done. Okay, got all those off. A lot of people get real precious about this stuff. I am not that guy. I will probably keep these for the most part in their respective holes. And they look worn, but they don't look terrible. I need to find a box or something. And they look not the best. I honestly don't know. Well, we'll find that other nut later. Honestly don't know what looks good and what doesn't on these. So the push rod guides I'll have to take off next. And my man Rick showed up. You got a dialysis treatment? Go see Rick. We'll take your ass there. Is there a washer in there? Oh, there is. Oh, didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. I'm gonna get some baggies and stuff. So let me. So this is my storage system. Push rods look good. All the brackets and the bolts and the push rod guides and all that look fine. Took those off while Rick was here. So now we're going to use the right tool for the job with probably the wrong size socket. There's one. Hard to do one-handed, folks. Not gonna lie. There we go. What? Why? Huh. Take my approach angle. Goodness, let's put that one on 3. That did it. That did it. So I got one more in that corner here. I think I'm going to need a longer socket or a longer extension to get the right angle out of it. I still got to go below the car and disconnect the exhaust, but I'm not terribly worried about it. I'll probably just do that off camera. Let's see if we can get this last one out. Oh, hi guys. Why you no go on? Dude, this one-handed stuff. Boy. Goodbye. Okay, well. Sorry, I'm not very good at this filming. And you need both hands. I know I'm not the only one. Why? That sure doesn't seem like it's the right size. Let me go up one size. Why would that one be different? I'll try a 17. If it gets it out, I may have to buy new bolts. We'll see. All the extensions. All the wrong tools for the job. Why? What's going on there? What's going on? Oh, it's got to be like a thin wall. Well, that's just annoying. That explains that. So, I don't have a thin wall 16, although I do somewhere. I don't know where it is. But if a 17 will get in there and rip it out, then I'm good. Boy, what is going on in there? Oh, there we go. Now that's slipped on. All right, let's do that. Well, you missed all that. Well, I got most of the head bolts out. Pretty sure I didn't show this because I didn't press record. But this is all the driver's side. Had to use a 17, but I'm gonna need a breaker bar on that bolt. On the back one. I don't know what the deal is with that. Do not know why that one's so tight. Might be a clue. It's probably where it lifted, if I was to guess. We're going to set you down. Enjoy that view for a minute. Try and get this set in here. All right. There we go. That finally went. God, that was terrifying. Never seen one get so tight before. I'll see if I can find some kind of spec. Yep, there's one. That one goes into a coolant jacket. I'm sure there's some, that one too. Looks like all the top ones so far. Ow, it's just a toe. Don't worry about that. Probably just put pipe dope on all of them. Couldn't hurt. We'll save that last one. I just want to see how gnarly it is. It's got some crud on it. Don't really understand why, but it does. Huh. Oh, and a 17 works. Not that you should, but it does work. Alright, so I'm going to hop under the car. Well, I'm going to lift the car in the air. Get under there and remove those 3 bolts for the exhaust manifold. And I'll bring you back when I'm ready to try to pry this head off. So we'll see how that goes. Well, the driver's side with exhaust was easy to get off, but the passenger side, I don't remember it being so much of a pain in the butt, but it is. So, I just quit on that side. I'll just deal with it later. This is the head that's got the real problem. Let's see. I mean, you can clearly see that's where the water was coming in. Right back here. Pretty clear to me. Now, I don't want to jack up the China wall. I don't want to do any of that. So let's... There's that. Let's see if y'all, yeah, you can see that. Let's see how I can get this off without destroying it. Water jacket, maybe. Wow. That is on there. I know that's nothing. Definitely was not leaking because of my job doing the intake. That's good. Good for some things, I guess. We'll clean all that up later. Let me check to make sure I'm not missing any bolts. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Oh yeah, I'm missing all the ones on the bottom down here. That's stupid. Oh. Explains why it wouldn't come off. Definitely didn't get enough. These guys right here. One there, and then there's another one right there, and then there and there. So there's just Just 4 more. Well, at least I didn't reef on it. Deleted on that, since I'm going to go ahead and weld up all the holes anyway. Got those 4 bolts out. I'm hoping that this just... Boy, that's... Is there another 2 that I'm missing? Oh yeah. I gotta pull the damn exhaust manifold off. Gosh. I was hoping I could leave it on. There's 2 more bolts underneath there on both sides. Crap-a-dappa-doopa-doopa. Well, let me get those off. 2 more hidden bolts. One on the end, another one on the end. So, here's the manifold. Which one was wet? Dry. That one. So, my plans to mod this are basically just to cut these off and weld them. I looked at headers, but they're very expensive. I don't see the reason to do it. But yeah, let me get those other 2 bolts out and then I'll bring it back. All right, there were even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot of freaking bolts. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 bolts. That's plenty. It's more than I need. What do I do with that? Breaker bar. Found it. Okay. There we go. Oh, you can see. Clean as can be. Let's get this sucker off. Well, there's a smoking gun, which is what I was looking for. This cylinder head's broken. Completely junk. I have no idea how that happened. And I don't know what that is. Whatever this is must have broken off, somehow gotten in here. We'll see if this engine's any good. Valves look okay. Not too bad, but that's definitely a problem. Oh, there went the piece. Yep, got the head. I think the cylinder wall's fine. I think it's fine. But it did get into the gasket, and that's what caused that. All right, good to know. Where'd that chunk of aluminum go? I'll find it eventually. Yeah, I'll find it somewhere. But I found that piece. It was laying in here. I'm not seeing any like 30 over simples or anything like that. Hi. We'll just see if that got into the actual head at all, but that's the smoking gun right there. And this is, someone ran stop leak through this or something. I guess when I get this gasket off, oh, there we go. No, they didn't run stop leak. Yep. That's the problem. That's what it was. Good to know. You can see where it broke. So this is like this. Those look fine, Yep, that's where it split. So this head's junk. I'm fairly certain that is junk. And that's the coolant passage. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. So that cylinder head is junk. Alright, another set of heads I'm after, I guess. Wah, wah, wah. Lovely. Well, I got the lifters out. Shiny spot on the cam, but so far those look good. That's normal. The lifters themselves looked good. So I think we're okay on the camshaft, so that's good. So next step is to yank off the other side, which is going to be a pill, but I'll get it done. All right, I gotta clean up for the evening.